Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how I plan for the upcoming school year's curriculum. So we are rounding the bend to the end of 2022-2023 school year, and we are looking into curriculum for the upcoming year. Before we get started and before I forget to mention it, I wanted to say that this is a collaboration. This video is part of a collaboration that is hosted by Davene from Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool. Thank you both so much for hosting. I will post both of their channels down in the description box. Please go say hello to them and check out all of the videos that they have on their channels as well. I will also post the playlist down below because there is a lot of other mamas that are hopping on to post their videos surrounding the topic of homeschool curriculum planning as well. And this is geared towards the beginning of the next school year. So I love playlists and collaborations like this because it gives you a glimpse into how different and how wonderful and how great different styles and different family structures can operate and be successful. And even if yours looks so completely different from someone else's, it's okay. Yours can be great and theirs can be great. So embrace your style and your learning styles as well. And if it's working for you, then stick with it. But viewing these videos also gives you a little bit of glimpse into how someone else does something. If something's not working for you, then maybe you can try something that they're doing and it might just be a better fit for you. So hop on down below to the playlist and check out some of the other videos as well. Once you're done with mine, I am looking forward to watching the other ones as well. And I also want to say just really quickly that I am not saying that I do things 100% perfectly or that the way that I do things are going to work for you. The way that I do things may work for you and they may not work for you. The way you do things may not work for me. And that is completely okay. Like I said, videos like this and a playlist like this enable us to appreciate and value what we can learn and gain from someone else's knowledge as well. And that is one of the reasons that I started my channel, was to just kind of help. I really wanted to be a help to other moms who may be entering the homeschool journey or might need to be switching things up a little bit. So if you have any questions about anything along the way, please drop them down below and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So as I mentioned, the topic of this video is how I pick or how I plan next year's homeschool curriculum. So for me, I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like my process is super complicated or super fluffy or grand. I am a creature of habit, and I am I get very comfortable, and I tend to just stick with what's comfortable, which can be a good thing and can be sometimes not a great thing, because I feel like that kind of can limit your ability to grow and expand in different areas. So I am careful of that. However, as far as homeschool curriculum goes, I feel like it can be a good thing because I know what works, I know what has worked, and I know what is working, and I try not to sway from that if I don't need to or don't have to. With that being said, we have basically used the same core curriculum for the past few years now, and we plan to use that going forward into the upcoming school year, and even further if it continues to work for us, which I foresee it still working. Now, of course, things can change and circumstances can pop up and things like that, but we use a ton of easy peasy in our homeschool, and I have mentioned this in numerous videos in the past, and we love it. It works wonderful for both of my kids. Now, I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning. I currently have a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, and then my youngest is 4. She does a little bit of pre-K work here and there, but I don't push it on her. So I will have a 5th grader in the upcoming school year, a 3rd grader, and again, just a preschool age toddler. We will be entering our 6th year of homeschooling. So again, I kind of feel like a lot of these things I have gained over the years. I did not go into our first year of homeschooling feeling this comfortable or this confident. And I don't say confident in like I try not to make that sound like an arrogant way, but I feel like I'm just more comfortable now. If I see someone else doing something that I'm not doing, 3 years ago, I may have felt bad that I wasn't able to fit it in. But I know now enough to appreciate what others are doing and applaud them for it, and know that seasons come and seasons go and seasons change. The ages of your children can drastically change what you're able to fit into a day, what you're able to fit into a week, even a whole school year. Life circumstances can throw changes into everything. I've figured this out as the years have gone by, and I have to check myself and just know that I can't do everything and I can't fit everything in that I want to each and every day, and that's okay. So using the curriculum that we use, which is easy peasy, enables us to be able to infiltrate things that are extra interests of my children, such as dance and extra flight studies and piano, drawing, all of those extra little things that my kids have shown a lot of interest in. I've just kind of filtered in each and every year as we go along. I try not to push anything on them. If I know that it is an interest of theirs and they seem on board with learning more about it, then we will add that in. So each year, I typically am able to gauge if things are working well for us definitely by midway through our school year. And if I know midway through our school year that something is working for us as far as curriculum, then I typically just stick with that and move up a level going into the next year. So I know that easy peasy math works well for both of my kids. Now I will say it is getting a little more challenging for me to teach math as my son is progressing. So I have been challenged on many things this year in his 4th grade math level, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It challenges me in good ways because it makes me think and grow, I guess you could say, or try to remember and try to bring back some things that I learned from when I was younger. But I'll be honest, a lot of that has challenged me, and I questioned whether moving him into something different, but he truly wanted to stay with easy peasy. He knows what's expected of him. He knows how it works. He knows how it flows, and he is getting more independent. And so I'm just going to flow with that because to me, seeing him thrive and become more independent is more important to me than seeing another attractive curriculum that might work and switching to that. And so I allowed him to give me feedback on what he preferred to do, and he wanted to stick with easy peasy. So he's just going to move up to the next level once he's completed this level this year. And then I just do that with each of the subjects. I'm located in Pennsylvania, so there are certain requirements of me and certain subjects that I know I need to teach, and I know them by heart now, being almost 6 years, being almost the 6th year that we're starting. I know what's expected of me, and knowing that initial guideline, then I'm able to choose how I want to teach them or what curriculum I want to use from there. And so easy peasy has worked so well for us. For the most part, we're sticking with that. Now we will fill in, I'm sure, midway through the year, we might have added in a couple extra fun studies. But for the most part, I typically stick with what I know works well. And as far as actually sitting down and planning, and I don't have a fancy spreadsheet, I don't have a fancy planner. I simply have a 97-cent spiral notebook from Walmart, and I take notes the old-fashioned way. This is my initial thought plan, and this is what I have planned out right now for next year. You'll see the few pencil marks here. I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to do there. And then Eden over here, I just have her EP, Easy Peasy Preschool, that I plan on hitting on a little bit harder with her. And then the rest is just kind of filled in up here. And This could change, of course, by the time we actually get started in September, but these are the things that I'm pretty much set on. And again, a lot of it's easy peasy because they're things that we know and we trust. And yeah, as far as the other things, they're all the extracurricular things that we do. And yeah, it's really not super complicated, the process that I go through. Again, don't be hard on yourself if you're just getting into homeschooling and you're severely overwhelmed, because every single mother in this collaboration, in this playlist, has probably felt those feelings at some point. I know I have, and I know I still do sometimes. I'm not saying that I never get overwhelmed, because that's just not possible as a mother and as a homeschool mom. But to take a deep breath and you'll be just fine. Your children learn in many different areas every single day. So yes, I hope that I can be a help to someone. I know that my video was not full of any crazy, super crazy tips, but I hope that it was comforting to someone who maybe feels like they're not doing enough or not filling their plates with super fancy everything that they see they have to try, because that would be lovely. And again, we're a very, well, I haven't mentioned that in this video, but in other videos I've mentioned that we're a very budget-friendly family, so we are very mindful of our finances and our spending. And so easy peasy is a wonderful option for those of you who may be trying to watch your budget, who may not have a huge budget for schooling. Me and my husband are pretty much on the same page as far as this goes. I'm not saying that we don't spend anything on school, but I don't spend thousands of dollars on school curriculum each year. For our family, it's not necessary, and it over the years has been proven to me that that's not necessary. My children have passed their year-end evaluations through Pennsylvania beautifully, wonderfully well, no issues. My son passed his state testing with flying colors, and I don't say that to be boastful, but I will say that that helped me understand a little bit better of how much extra stuff isn't always necessary. It can overwhelm my children, and it can overwhelm me to a point of nothing being enjoyable, and that's not good for anyone. So I know it works. I know I stick to it, and not saying that we never add in things that we, that are new or that we've never done before, because we do, but not spending an overabundance on things that aren't necessary and that can be free. Potentially, we take advantage of that, and then we spend the money on the extra fun stuff that we do throughout the year. So like family trips, day trips, things like that can count as learning as well. So that's kind of how I plan out curriculum for the following year. And I don't have any, so my oldest child is 10, so I haven't gotten to any high school ages or anything like that. But I'm sure in a few years, these things could look much different for me. So this is for me right now and how I plan. And I hope this was helpful. If anybody has any questions, please leave them down below. I'm happy to help. Hop on down and check out the playlist and check out the other videos that are being posted there as well, and get some extra planning tips if you need some. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you very soon.